Alrighty then, and we're live. And I'll be honest with you, this is my second attempt because I've stopped being a minge bag and I've actually started paying for StreamYard instead of using the free plan. So all this shenanigans around here, um, yeah, that's probably a bit much actually. So I might not stick with those, but I've been tinkering. As is my usual shtick with my YouTube lives, and now Facebook, because I'm on Facebook as well. Although I'm not sure whether I'm on the page or my own personal profile, so I'm not expecting anybody to join us. Um, I'm not entirely sure how it's going to work. So Andy's first in. Good evening, Andy. How are you? Oh, we've got a Mr. James. Oh, and the clicky thing's behaving as well. This is a good start. Happy 1st of December. You gorgeous buggers, yeah. Evening, Andy. We've got Barry. James, good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's been an amazing day today. Yeah, it's been very bloody cold, and I nearly set my car on fire, but I'll come on to that shortly. Got your shorts on. My God, it's like minus 23 outside or something silly like that. How cold does it get, James, before you stop wearing your shorts? That's what I want to know. Evening, Richard. How are you, sir? Evening. Enjoy watching your channel. Thank you, Stephen. Much obliged. So you'll be seeing a lot more. I'm not saying this is a good thing. You'll be seeing a lot more of me this coming month. For reasons I will come on to shortly. In fact, I have to watch the time because in an hour you get an extra video off me this week. Any update on the jackets haul? Yes. I'm not avoiding that subject. It's just painful. It's painful. It really is. I have sold, I think, 2 or 3 of them at the minute, but off the back of doing that video, it's actually much worse than it was initially thought. As you could probably tell from that 50 kilogram bundle video, I was really trying to dig deep to stay positive. Really trying to dig deep. But obviously, you saw me going through those bells live. Since, I mean, obviously, I was just going through them very quickly, giving them once over. Since going through it properly, yeah, there was quite a lot more shite in there than anything else. There were a few pearls, but if I break even, I'm going to be really lucky, really lucky. I have sent him a message and I've not heard back yet. I don't expect to, because for conversations I've had about that particular firm with other people, they're not very good at dealing with stuff like that. Evening, Limelight Vinty. Swifty Thrifter. Are you up from Leicester? I don't know why I did it in that accent. That's not a Leicester accent, is it? Molly, good evening. How are you this evening? I hope you've had a smashing week. Oh no, the clicky thing started again. Yeah, honestly, Richard, it's crazy. When was the last time I saw you, James? I think it must be about 3 weeks ago now. And honestly, there was snapping dogs off lampposts. It was that cold, and the man had his shorts on still. He's off his trolley, that fella. Good evening, Dave. -4. Yeah, it has been all day today. I don't think it's got over 0 today in Chorley. Yeah, so I nearly set my car on fire because the bloody handbrake froze on overnight, and it wasn't warming up enough to. Anyway, I got up to the unit earlier, and there was a distinct smell of burning brakes. Don't be sorry, Andy. It's all right. Shit happens. I've got a video out of it, and honestly, if there's anybody who enjoys self-deprecation more than me, I want to meet them, because me making cock-ups means somebody else won't make those cock-ups, and that's exactly my take on life. I really don't mind people taking the piss out of me. In fact, part of me gets off on it, because if somebody's getting entertainment at my expense, then happy days, everybody wins. -5 every day. Don't see you doing Vlogmas. No, I'm not saying I'm doing Vlogmas. New subscription bits tells us more. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I'll comment on that in a second. When, what, who, how. Love to get some myself. Very flashy. New subscription bits. Oh, yeah. You mean the channel subscriber thingamajig? Yeah, I've only got one channel member at the minute. So below any of my recorded videos, and this one when it's uploaded, you'll see a join button. So I'm starting a subscription service in very, very early days at the minute, and I'm extremely conscious of providing value. So for the cost of roughly a Posh Coffee a month, you'll get instant access to all my videos as soon as they get uploaded. This isn't an ad, by the way. It's just because James asked. Instant access to all the videos as soon as they're uploaded rather than wait till Saturday. There's going to be giveaways, as I have done. So all the giveaways I've been doing previously, I'm going to try and reserve those for channel members only so they get the benefit. I'm going to be sharing any wholesale leads that as and when I can. And also there'll be member only lives. So that's what you get for the price of a Posh Coffee a month. That's that. So yeah, I'm not plugging it. Good evening, Kath. How are you? Yorkshire Reseller. Hi, hi, hi. I don't think I've seen you in the chat before. I don't recognize the name, unless you've changed it just recently. Steve, is my number one customer in November, as Steve. Buying all my 4K DVDs. Top bloke. I hope. Oh, you'll have moved as well, wouldn't you, Steve? How did the move go? I hope it went really, really well. I mean, you'd moved just before Christmas. You must need your head seen to, honestly. Looking forward to Vlogmas. Yeah, not doing it. Not going to commit to that. Honestly, I think, James, you did it. Was it the year before last? And yeah, it's hard maintaining it. I'm really conscious, Dave, of making the videos at least a bit interesting, make it look like I've put a bit of effort into them. And I think if I was doing one every day, I'm going to contradict myself in a minute. I think if I was doing one every day, that would be affected. This is what I'm doing. It's not Vlogmas per se, but I've changed the way I operate for December, and I'm going to document that. So I suppose technically it's a Vlogmas. I'm going to be putting out quite a bit of content this month. But that's because I'll have extra time. So I've got a video coming out at 7 o'clock. So I'm going to keep an eye on the time and upload. And am I shooting myself in the foot by telling you about it? Yeah, there's only don't tell anybody. All right, there's a video going live in a bit, so don't tell anybody. I'll let you in on this little secret. It's not very exciting, granted. At 7 o'clock, the first of probably about 21 videos vlogging the fact that I'm going to be doing same-day dispatch. I've never done this before. I always set my dispatch to 2 working days because I find that's the sweet spot. It doesn't affect sales in any way, shape or form, and it takes the pressure off me to be able to have a bit of a life and just get a bit of a rhythm going with it. Because I'm not going to be doing a right lot of sourcing this month, the extra time that I've freed up, in fact, hardly any sourcing at all in December because of the extra time I've freed up. I'm actually going to use that time to give people what they want, basically, and fulfill orders. I think I'm hoping, the plan is that it's going to have a very positive effect on sales because eBay, because of the postal issues last year with Royal Mail particularly, eBay was just dead in December. It was bloody awful. I don't want to repeat this year. Amazon's a different story because Amazon are fulfilling my orders and that's all going swimmingly well. But yeah, I want to see how doing same-day dispatch affects this month's sales. It's definitely not something I'll be keeping on in the new year. Definitely not. I preemptively thought you were doing Vlogmas. Oh no, don't worry about it, Dave. I suppose it's technicality, really. It's probably the same thing. I'm just calling it something else. I think what it is, I just don't want to commit to getting a video out every day in case I don't know. Like I say, I just don't want to just put any old shite out for the sake of it. Some would say I do that anyway, but each to their own. What's Beginny? Oh, is that on the video description? It's dyslexia. That's what that is, Chris? It's dyslexia. I don't suffer from dyslexia. I suffer from stupidity. The day itself, nightmare. The day after, so happy. Thanks for asking. Yes, head does need a wobble. I suppose it was always going to happen, mate, honestly. I hope you settle in really well. So what's the script, Steve? Have you moved far? I think you mentioned you moved into a nicer house. So, yeah, hope it's all gone well and that your feet are well and truly under the table for Christmas. Come on, click, you bugger. I ship Monday, Wednesday, Friday works for me. That's my model as well. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning, that's exactly what I do as a rule. I did toy with the idea of just making it one working day, but I remember back, and we were talking years ago now, I went from one working day dispatch to 2 working days dispatch. I noticed no difference whatsoever. So I did toy with the idea of going to back to one working day, but I think it would have worked the same. I don't think there would have been any difference going back the other way either. So that's the script anyway. Same working day dispatch. Anyone get any spare Crocs? Single ones will do. This puppy is obsessed. Speak to Kieran, rummage around, Kath. He's the man for Crocs. Steve's eBay. Good evening to you. Good evening to you. It's the same with all of my lives. There's no formula to this one, so I'm going to throw it over to you guys to see if you've got any questions. If you have any burning questions, anything you want to share with us all, get it off your chest, get it out in the open. Let's have a reseller counselling session. Next door cat keeps digging up my garden. If you want, the cat, that's some nasty ass cat. Cats are normally really lazy as well. Is it operating plant or something like that? A 2-day dispatch, but I dispatch same day if I have lots. Yeah, that's always been my take on reselling, Rich. If you can over deliver, then it puts a smile on people's faces. It increases the chance you'll get positive feedback, leaves a good, I don't want to say it increases repeat business because it's eBay. But yeah, if you can over deliver. I remember when I first started, I was sending little fun sized curly whirlies out with orders just to get that initial bit of feedback, to get a bit of established reputation. I wonder if is anybody watching on Facebook, by the way. I haven't even checked. Let's see if we can. This is all very fancy to me now. Let's see if we can have a look. See what's going on an old FaceTube, as my old man used to say it. Probably nothing, actually. I don't know. I think I've probably broken it already, you know. What's that all about? No idea. Oh, yeah, there we are. Yeah, I'm actually on my own personal profile rather than the page. So it's about as much use as, I was going to say tits on a fish, but that's not very PC. As much use as a chocolate fire guard. Yeah, so I'm live streaming to about 3 people because for personal accounts, I don't use Facebook because I think it's bloody awful. It's my take on it. Yep. It's not quite a croc, Chris. Just talk amongst yourselves is fine. So what have we had this week sales-wise? Anybody have any exceptional sales? My eBay since like the 1st of October, he's been on fire. It's been absolutely on fire. To be fair, though, I've had a boot sale season of a pretty decent amount of sourcing. I've landed on some great deals, made some great contacts. Never thought I'd love curly whirly. Oh, who doesn't love a curly whirly? Have you noticed though, Rich, they're a lot smaller now than when we were kids. It's just crazy. Super Tat reseller, hi all, hello, loving a Super Ted, by the way. What's the best profit vintage designer collectible? What's best for profit vintage designer collectible necessity? I wouldn't say necessity, but probably all of the others. All of the others. I'm a general reseller, Swifty. I like learning things, and that's what I get off on as far as reselling goes. I've had profit out of probably all, well, with the exception of necessity, all of those categories. I love learning new stuff. Do you have any goals for 2024, like more selling platforms? Not so much more selling platforms. I want to move into wholesale low if I can. I want to continue to try and do as little possible for the maximum return. So wholesale is going to enable that. I was speaking to my accountant, hot off the press information, by the way, if you don't already know and you follow me on Instagram, as of about a week ago now, I applied for my VAT number. So I'm entering the world of VAT. I've been putting it off for long enough. So that's going to have an impact, but talking to the accountant, it's just necessary. So any more goals for 2024? Wholesale, increase Amazon trade, hopefully exponentially, because Amazon is so automated. It would be impossible to scale eBay in the same way you can scale Amazon. Impossible, because I'm only one bloke and I don't have any plans on taking any staff on. I mean, taking staff on for me would just be like the worst thing in the world. I've been down that road many moons ago and never again. So Amazon's the future as far as scaling goes. That's the plan. That's the plan. So no hard and fast. Keeping doing what I'm doing. There are rumours in the rumour mill about Vinted being more friendly for business sellers in the future. I don't know the ins and outs of that, so that might be worth looking at. I do a reasonable amount of buying on Vinted to resell, but I don't sell on Vinted. Anyone else eBay Spring to Live today? Sold 10 items so far. Only have 130 items listed. That's belting, that, mate. Absolutely belting. It's payday for weekend for a lot of people. 1st of December. If by all accounts, this weekend should be the best weekend of the year for selling stuff. So hopefully you'll smash it out of the park. Yeah, I've done about under quid. Are you more of a hobby seller then, Steve? Just selling bits and pieces? If so, I mean, this month is going to be the month to make hay while the sun shines. If you have a good accountant, they'll make up the money lost. Yeah. Even if you spend 300 quid on a bale of jackets, that's an absolute turd. Oh well. We live and learn. We live to fight another day. Zipsell subscription change. Don't know anything about Zipsell, Swifty. I've never toyed with the idea. Couldn't comment in the slightest. I think George Ross is your man for things like that. He seems to be very keen on Zipsell, but I can't use Zipsell to cross-list Amazon, which is a shame, because the way Amazon works, that would be just manna from heaven. It really would, because Amazon could fulfill all my orders. So I could literally run my business from a laptop with an internet connection. All I would have had to have done in the first place is send my stuff to Amazon. But there you go. Evening, Dave. Now then, you dusty mofos. was just going to mention the jackets. Yeah, this is me prostrating myself, Dave, taking it on the chin. Yeah, it sucked. It actually got a lot worse. Only you probably can't see it because it's blurred out just over the shoulder. I'm considering selling it at a boot sale on Sunday. So all the stuff that is serviceable but isn't worth flipping online, I'm probably going to sell it at a boot sale on Sunday, along with other stuff that I've kind of collected over time, dead stock, personal stuff, this, that, and the other. So it very much depends on how cold it is on Sunday morning, whether I set off to sell at a boot sale or not. I've sold so far from that jacket bundle. If I've sold 4, I'll be surprised. I think it's 3, all for between 20 and 30 quid. So not the end of the world, but like I said earlier, if I make my money back, I'll be very surprised. But shit happens. 1987, hi Dave, was good. You try and run corn car boot this weekend. I was considering that. That is one of the potentials to sell at. It's either there or Bolton. I love Bolton, as this is very, very common knowledge. I love Bolton, and because they love me, because of the videos I've made while I've been there, Andy, the organizer, he's a big fan of the channel. He lets me on for now, kind of thing. So that might tip it in that balance. But the thing that's making me think Runcorn at the minute is if it's cold or raining or snowing, I want to be inside. And it's still going to be cold in that car park, but if it's brighter, it's a psychological thing. You just automatically feel warmer. Is Runcorn car boot worth a visit nowadays, or is it still pretty small? When I went last, it's only on once a month now, first Sunday of the month. I went last. It was fair busy. It's busier than it's ever been, for sure. A lot of market traders there. It's a great location. That's as long as you don't join the queue of bloody sellers, because they changed the system. You used to be able to park on the lower levels of the car park, and the boot sale was on the upper levels. Now there's only sellers allowed in the car park. So if you do go to Runcorn, bear that in mind. Don't join the queue to get in the car park, because they'll just direct you around the bloody one-way system to park up somewhere else. So if you park up on, I think it's Matalan or something like that. So just before you turn left to get to the entrance of the car park, you hit that roundabout, you go straight over that roundabout and park pretty much opposite the entrance to the car park. I think that makes sense. That's where you want to be. I suppose the short answer to that question, T, is yeah, it's worth a visit. It's bigger than it ever was. I might see you there on Sunday. Sold a few wreaths that I've made. Oh, that's cool, Molly. Sold a couple of chocolate bouquets. Oh, are you married? Do you want to be? Good few items on Vinted. Do you sell on Etsy as well, Molly? I think Etsy's pretty popular for people who make stuff, from what I can gather. So if you've got a flair for craft and stuff like that, then yeah, give that a look. It's more like a for sale by comedy eBay since 2014. That's have you on mine to YouTube. Are you going to try Whatnot? Probably not, to be honest, Steve. I appreciate the sub, by the way. Thanks for supporting the channel. I'm probably not going to do Whatnot. I think it might be a different story this time next year, because for me, it's not about money. I know Chris Hayden, Cooking the Haydens, who I'm a massive fan of Chris's channel. He provides so much value for resellers. So if you're not already subscribed to Cooking the Haydens, give him a look. Absolute diamond bloke. I know he sells on Whatnot and does really well with it. But the reason I got into reselling in the first place was more time than money. So I think what I'm trying to get at is probably after the boot sale season next year, I'll look at it. And the reason that I'm hoping the change will happen then is because the way I want to develop through next year is I'll have a lot more time on my hands because of how I'm operating my business. If that's the case, I might have a look at it just to add another string to the bow. Because as we all know, it's absolute suicide to have all your eggs in one basket with any one platform. So if I can add another platform and it's not costing me any more time, then yeah, it's got to be worth a shot. On the jacket's front, you could always put them in the Loftus insulation to get your money back in 50 years. Might be quicker than resale. I think you might be right there, Dave. Only a Yorkshireman would come up with that. Here in Derbyshire, it says snow on Sunday. Yeah, apparently we're expecting 2 inches. I know. It's sad, isn't it? I know. I'm going to leave that one. Yeah, 2 inches of snow apparently we're expecting. So who knows? Stay positive. Is Runcorn brighter than Aki? Definitely. I'm not saying that as a slight to Aki because they have improved the situation there considerably. They spent a bit. I was talking to Lawrence, the guy who runs Accrington. So last week before, he's spent quite a bit of money on making it brighter in there. It's an old building, so there's only so much you can do anyway. And for health and safety reasons, there's only so much you can do as well. But the Runcorn multi-story, it's a much more modern building. In fact, if anything, it's too bright. Incidentally, when I went to Accrington Sunday before last, it was heaving. There was only the very, very top floor that didn't have any sellers on it. And it was quite quiet for buyers as well. And the only reason the top floor didn't have any sellers on it is because it's barriered off. Might dip in. Yeah, give it a go. Give it a go if it's local to you as well. Is it more profit if you're selling the car boot stock online, or is it because you enjoy the crack? Yeah, definitely. And there's more people look at it as well. When I say car boot stock, it really is just shite that I've accumulated, Swifty. It's not. I'm not like a market trader or anything like that. In fact, when I do it, it's a little. I used to say I only sell at a boot sale like once or twice a year. This year, it's probably been about 3 times, and it's creeping up a bit. I hate it. I hate it with a passion. In fact, the only reason I do it is because I'm tight as a duck's chuff, and I want to squeeze out that 200 quid so I can reinvest it in the business. That's the only reason I do it. I hate hanging around, bored out of my gourd, facing real people. So I hate selling at a boot sale. I love buying at a boot sale, and I love the crack with people when I can escape from them. No offense. But anyway, in answer to your question, yeah, there's always going to be more profit online because somebody is specifically looking for the item you're selling rather than people who are browsing. And most people who go around car boots, I think they're just there for a bit of a day out in the main. Large portion of people are anyway. If you do go park on the Trident Park, then walk over. Yeah, that's it. Trident car park. Well, I'm pretty sure that's where Matalan is, isn't it? Super Tap. Best it's ever been gets full. Dear Runcorn Day of an extra hour in bed. That's a really good point. That is a really good point. So, but it's at least twice the distance for me than Bolton is, at least. And I can escape from Bolton pretty sharpish if I need to, if I get too bored. So there's pros and cons. I think we'll let the weather decide. Amazon handmade too. Yeah, you can sell handmade stuff on Amazon. It's not necessarily the right platform for it though, because it would take any bespoke items is essentially a private label item, and private label items to get any traction whatsoever need money spending on advertising. So there's a very, very good chance it won't be cost effective to sell handmade on Amazon. I can't get my head around it. See, no, I'm not married. Woohoo! Get your coat. So I'm joking. I'm sorry. I'm about to start making a chocolate bouquet totally out of table rope. Out of a table rope. I am really intrigued, Molly. Have you got any? Yes, send me some links if you can. I don't know. Oh, you're watching on YouTube. If you can send me some links on Instagram, that's probably the best place to get them. I'm really intrigued on what you do. I love people with a talent for making stuff like that. It just fascinates me because I'm pretty cack-handed, to be fair. So anybody who's good at stuff like that, I'm really fascinated. And who knows, I might be able to give you a bit of promotion as well. Toblerone. Oh, I've not had my tea yet. Stop talking about food. That's what she said. Yeah, all right. Steady on, Chris. I didn't see you lurking in the background there. Have you heard the plug? Yeah, so if you want to return the favour next time you're on one of your many lives. Good evening, Sophie. How are you? Have I got everybody about tea time? Hi, Sophie. Don't get started, Kath. It's not that kind of show. We're not past the bloody watershed yet. So just, I know a lot of you just joining us won't have heard. So I've got a video coming out at 7 o'clock. On the video, I did say I'm going to try and do it every day. But really what I meant was probably every working day, so Monday to Friday. It's not Vlogmas, although saying it's not Vlogmas is a technicality. So I've changed my shipping time to same day dispatch because I think it will increase sales. I'm not by any way, shape or form going to continue that in the new year, but I'm giving that a go. I think it'll help this month. I'm not going to be doing a lot of sourcing, so that's where the extra time is going to be spent. I'm still mourning the loss of Berska. It'll be back. I'm still mourning the loss of Banks. Banks used to be an amazing boot sale. Same organisers as well on a Saturday. I don't know why that closed. It's probably sort of like council shenanigans or whatever. But Banks used to be on a sunny day. It used to be a really great boot sale. We're at Aki. Let's see. It's great training for the pop. She's welcome us. Oh, of course, yeah. Accrington boot sale do as one of the. I want to say few. A lot of boot sales don't allow dogs, but Accrington is very dog friendly. Even so much to going so far as to give the dogs a bit of a competition as well. So if your pooch gets what do they call it, pooch of the day or something like that, the dog wins £10 in dog treats. So there you go. I didn't know that, Andy. Have a look at that. I'd rather donate stuff than sell at a boot sale. Very rare sell. Yeah, you're probably a man after my own heart there, Chris. It's just, I suppose you feel like kind of trapped behind that table, obliged to stay there, being nice to people who come to you. Yeah, no, I'll try and give it a miss. But like I say, I am tight as a duck's chuff when it comes to stock. It's funny, really. When I was talking to the accountant earlier, as good a year as I've had in reselling on my personal account, I've been overdrawn about half a dozen times in November. It's just, it gets embarrassing. I just plow everything back in. I've been doing it so long now. It's just instinctive. Everything I make, everything a business makes, I just plow it back in. Sophie's the same. Not a fan of selling at boot sales then, Sophie. I thought you'd be really good at stuff like that because you're dead friendly nature. I think you'd smash it. I don't think anybody likes being bored. No Matalan, it's got a T. It might have been TK Maxx, I was thinking. Sports Direct. Wouldn't it be great if they opened later, like when TK Maxx opens and that as well, because you can get some really good bargains in TK Maxx. I made some great sales off the back of TK Maxx this year. Good evening, Claire. How's Cornwall? It's Cornwall or Devon you live, Claire? I bet it's cold. I've seen much more traction on my store since offering free shipping on items, but the sales from it haven't quite started yet. But definitely more offers for me to send out. Yeah. Do you know what, Sophie? That's one of the things that was mentioned at eBay Open. They very much a case of promoting free shipping. And I've, with the exception of some very old listings now, I've gone exclusively over to free postage and increased my prices accordingly as for new listings, and that's got to have helped. It's got to have helped. I mean, it's no coincidence really that eBay Open was September, I want to say, implemented the changes for the start of Q4, and this by a very, very long way, and I mean very long way, has been the best Q4 I've had so far. My increased presence on Amazon has helped that quite a bit as well, but my eBay side of it has just been fire, absolute fire. So yeah, make the change, people. Get free shipping. I made a rug out of t-shirt. I saw that. I saw the thumbnail, Sophie, and I thought I'll watch that video, and I never got around to it. I'm kicking myself now. I want to know how to make a rug out of t-shirts. Honestly, going off the thumbnail, I thought you were getting into bondage or something. It looked like you tied yourself up in knots. Going to do a video on how I did it, but deleted the footage by accident. So where did I see the thumbnail then, if you deleted the footage? I've done that before though as well. Deleted an edited video. So I filmed it, spent at least 3 hours editing the video, and then just deleted it randomly, like a complete idiot. You're not alone. It's not a table rope, it's a Toblerone. I'm going to stick with table rope. In fact, I'm going to write them a strongly worded letter. I think they should change it from Toblerone to table rope. I think it's more catchy. I think Sophie's on about selling a boot sale. If this will let me bloody click it. I could do, I'm lazy. No, you're not lazy. You're a nurse. There's no nurse on the planet can call themselves lazy. Nurses are superheroes. Don't bid on a container contents while drinking. Male tenor pants, anyone? Oh, Swifty, yeah. I made a kill, not so much lately. I've made a killing on incontinence wear on Amazon. Get on Amazon. It'll shift in no time. Good evening, Jenna. How are you? Cornwall, bleeding cold. It was snowing yesterday. I thought it was Cornwall. I didn't want to say. Oh, I did say. It was either Cornwall or Devon. Is there anybody watching who's new to the channel? Like I say, when I do lives, I just pop up more often than not, unless I'm doing a giveaway, which I like as many people to know about as possible. Free shipping is going brilliantly for me. Less profit, yes, more sales. Absolutely. It's surprising how much of a hit people will take on margin if they're making more sales. Keep that stock keep the stock turning over. We're not collectors, we are resellers. The video was making for yarn. Oh, making the yarn. Ah, got you. So that was like phase one, was it? How do you make yarn out of t-shirts though? Brilliant. I'm gonna go back and watch it. Redo the video. Redo the video. Did you keep the raw footage, or which? There's a raw footage you lost, or is it the upload that you lost? Good evening, Rich. Thanks for supporting the channel, mate. Much obliged. I think incontinence wear doesn't come out. I think incontinence wear doesn't come on the NHS. You have to buy it yourself. So people will look for it. Not the most glamorous item, but if you're helping people with a problem, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You're providing necessary items. And if you can make a couple of quid in the process, then, I mean, let's face it, I think we'd all agree it's better in our pockets than Tesco's or Asda's or anything like that. Get a little guy a break. That's what I say. Evening, Ian. How's you today? What are we having for tea, by the way? I'm going to wrap this up because, like I say, 20 minutes and my video is going live. And obviously you're all going to watch it. That sound never gets boring, does it? Oversold. Oh, some straighteners. Lovely jubbly. I'm not exactly new, but don't comment a lot first live. Well, I very much appreciate it, Andy. Every live feels like my first live. They are equally shit. I'll take slightly less profit for fast sales all day long. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I think John from Reseller is coming over to the Amazon dark side, you know, Chris. So I was talking to him about it, I think yesterday or the day before. He's showing an interest in getting involved. It was a footage. I was clearing out my phone to make space, accidentally deleted. I might be Sophie. I might be Sophie. I might be upgrading my GoPro in the not too distant future. So if you're interested in a well looked after, pre-loved GoPro, then maybe we can talk. I can't jump down your chimney and leave it in your stocking, but I don't know, we'll do you a good deal. Live sale. Wow, you read my mind, Andy. Really enjoying it. Brilliant. Right to the bottom of the comments. Okay, lovely people. I'm going to wrap this up there. We did 42 minutes with you gorgeous individuals. I really appreciate you spending some time with me. Like I say, when I do lives, they're generally just popping up, hopefully answering burning questions you may have, or giving you the opportunity to take the piss out of me, which I don't mind in the slightest, and just generally having a positive, jolly good Jeep. I hope you all have a smashing weekend. If you're out and about sourcing, I hope you smash it. If not, staying warm. It's bloody cold out there. Honestly, we've had to snap a dog off a lamppost earlier. It's crazy. Don't forget to watch this video in 20 minutes. I do have my regular 5 o'clock Saturday video coming out tomorrow. Can't remember what it's about because I've slept since. I'm so scatty these days, so scatty. Thanks for joining me, lovely people, and I will see you very soon. All the best.